Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Friday 28th June 2024 and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Kenyan police started arriving in violence-ravaged Haiti on Tuesday. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. The first contingent of Kenyan police arrived in the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince, to launch a long-awaited peacekeeping mission in the Caribbean country that has been ravaged by gang violence, even as deadly protests back home in Kenya prompted doubts. More in this Reuters report.
These are the first Kenyan police officers deployed to tackle gang violence in Haiti. This contingent of a long-awaited Kenyan-led peacekeeping force arrived in the Caribbean country on Tuesday. Haitian Prime Minister Gary Conille promised that, little by little, control of the country would be regained.
The state will regain power and reaffirm its authority so all Haitians can live peacefully in this country.
Kenya's National Security Advisor Monica Juma said the force would prioritise protecting civilians, opening up routes for movement of people, goods and humanitarian aid, and protecting state institutions.
People of Haiti deserve peace, deserve security, deserve sustainable development.
Gang wars in Haiti have now displaced 500,000 people. Nearly 5 million are facing severe food insecurity. Armed groups, which now control most of the capital, have formed a broad alliance, while carrying out widespread killings, ransom kidnappings and sexual violence. However, even as uniformed Kenya police disembarked from a Kenya Airways plane in Port-au-Prince, a different kind of chaos was erupting back in Nairobi. Kenyan police opened fire on anti-tax demonstrators who were attempting to storm Parliament. Several protesters were killed and dozens wounded. A Kenyan security source said the Nairobi violence was unlikely to disrupt plans to send more Kenyan police to Haiti. It has, however, led to some questions about Kenya's ability to lead the security mission.
Bahamas' Prime Minister Philip Davis comments on the National Insurance Board's rate rise set for July 1st.
The Prime Minister stands by the need for that hike in NIB contribution set for, as you just heard, next week, Monday. The National Insurance Board, he reminds, provides a social security safety net for all Bahamians and not the government.
Just as when we raised the minimum wage, you would have heard them saying that's a bad idea because it's going to impact employers, going to lay off people to meet the action. That didn't happen. So let's speak to what is happening and what is to result and respond to it. We are not to discourage people or thinking that this is something that's going to impact persons adversely. What it's going to do is to ensure you pay your premiums, you're trying to save the fund, so that when you reach the age of retirement, there's something there for you.
Recent amendments to the Legal Practitioners Act will allow for stricter penalties and actions to be taken against attorneys who do not follow the rules of the practice in St. Lucia. The DBS News World has more with Miriam Montut.
Deputy President of the St. Lucia Bar Association, Dee Lee, says recent amendments to the Legal Practitioners Act now allows the court to have a more involved role in disciplining practitioners who are not upholding the highest ideals and ethics of the profession. Whilst the Bar Association does not have any disciplinary powers, he says those powers lie in the Disciplinary Committee, which is a separate body that processes and deals with complaints.
There have been recent amendments to, again, the Legal Practitioners Act, which allows the court now to have a more involved role in disciplining practitioners who are not basically upholding the highest ideals or ethics of the practice. So what happens now, the power they have now, is to refer, the Disciplinary Committee can now refer matters to the court where we believe that there's necessary to either suspend or to revoke an attorney's membership of the bar.
He details the penalties to be borne to attorneys who do not adhere to the rules.
Right now, the Disciplinary Committee, for example, can award certain levels of compensation. They can issue reprimands. But in terms of suspension or termination or disbarment, they don't have that power. So now the court is going to take up that role. They've always had the power. The court has always had that power. But there was a slight disconnect between the Disciplinary Committee and the court and how the process was supposed to operate. So that has been ironed out now.
He urges all legal practitioners to act in a manner that is in the best interest of their clients.
If you are upholding the ideals and the ethics of the practice, there'll be no issues in terms of acting in manners that are contrary to the interests of your clients, because it requires that at all times you act in the best interest of your clients. So persons who are not acting in such a manner, to put it colloquially, need to check themselves, because changes are coming and it's going to be stricter in terms of the way that the regulations and the ethics of the practice are enforced against them.
Whilst he could not provide an exact timeline for the implementation, he says the court will start taking up these matters in the near future. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoot reporting.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Barbados is said to be in good financial health. This has been reflected in the domestic economic expansion observed in 2023. The revelation from Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados, Alwyn Jordan. He was speaking at the launch of the Health Check, Barbados Financial System 2023 report at the Grand Salle of the bank on Wednesday. Mr. Jordan says the report has also identified 3 key areas of concern.
In terms of the macro financial conditions, we saw that in 2023, credit growth was approximately 2.5%, and that was a slowdown from the peak we achieved in the prior year of 5.9%. But to put that in context, in 2022, we had additional financing related to the government's blue loan, and that was the cause of the significant increase in credit growth during that year. As it relates to profitability, that was driven by a reduction in provisions to loan losses and improving economic conditions, while the profitability of finance companies declined marginally due to lower interest income. As it relates to non-performing loans, they improve due to the favorable economic conditions and lower unemployment. This report has greatly benefited both local and international stakeholders. And in our constantly changing financial landscape, the FSR's role in maintaining oversight and vigilance to ensure financial stability is crucial. This 2023 document continues this vital work, and we are pleased to report that our financial system remains healthy and stable.
Still on Barbados, that country's Minister of Education has sounded the clarion call for more males to enter the teaching profession. Minister Kay McCorney made the comments during a press conference to announce this year's Common Entrance results.
From the time I came here, I have been calling, please, any males who are out there who are qualified, who are committed to the growth of our young people, who want to help us as leaders in our classroom and who are qualified in teaching and learning, please come forward. This is certainly a call to all of those male teachers who really are committed to the growth and development of young people and who are competent and qualified to please come forward and let us see how best we can integrate more males in our system so that we are also able to provide the level of support that some males need from within our system, male students in particular.
A delegation from the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, led by Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, is in Taiwan, making the Prime Minister the first head of government to visit Taiwan on a state visit since the new president was sworn in.
The Prime Minister highlighted recent achievements and future plans, particularly in healthcare and sustainability. He shared the success of the sign-in ceremony for the new climate-smart Jane France General Hospital, set to become the flagship hospital in St. Kitts and Nevis and the cornerstone for a comprehensive health city. For more on the state visit, we join Taiwan News Formosa TV.
President Lai Ching-te welcomed the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Drew, for a state visit on Monday. The Prime Minister was greeted with military honors, complete with a 21-gun salute.
This is the first time Lai has received a foreign guest with such ceremony since taking office. Lai thanked St. Kitts and Nevis for supporting Taiwan on the global stage, while Drew vowed to continue to deepen bilateral ties.
A 21-gun salute was followed by the national anthems of St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan. President Lai Ching-te hosted the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis on Monday, providing military honors for the first time since taking office.
This is Prime Minister Terence Drew's second visit to Taiwan since taking office. It demonstrates St. Kitts and Nevis' strong commitment to bilateral ties. Taiwan and St. Kitts and Nevis share the values of human rights and democracy. Over the years, our two nations have deepened our friendship, working together in a variety of fields to achieve substantial results.
As it fortifies the solid foundation built over more than 4 decades, allowing us to implement projects under the broad rubric of functional cooperation. It places us at the threshold of a new era of enhanced partnership where we can explore creative solutions to the challenges that may hinder our development objectives.
Taiwan and St. Kitts and Nevis are marking 40 years of diplomatic ties. Prime Minister Terence Drew said his country would continue to advocate for Taiwan on the global stage.
We are equally grateful for your assistance we receive in agriculture, healthcare, public infrastructure, ICT, environmental conservation, among others. As friends, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is always ready to use its influence in international fora to advocate for values and principles that we share with Taiwan.
I want to thank Prime Minister Drew for his forthright international advocacy on Taiwan's behalf, for being Taiwan's strongest source of support. With this visit, our two nations will make progress in our various collaborative projects to deliver even greater benefits to our people.
Lai later hosted a state banquet for the delegation to celebrate the enduring friendship between the two nations.
President Lai praised the enduring partnership and expressed eagerness to explore new avenues for collaboration, particularly in education, renewable energy, and technology. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
I am Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.